Hi, my name is Travis, and I'm going to go ahead and get on with my presentation about jellyfish. So the real question here is exactly what are jellyfish? Jellyfish are a gelatinous type of creature. They go ahead and they have a gelatinous type of body. Usually, that's where they get the name from, the jelly. There's different types of jellyfish. The normal typical jellyfish that everyone's well aware of is the umbrella type medusa, which has the umbrella shape, tentacles, and everyone understands what that is. There's a polyp, which is a stage in its life cycle, which is its form of a stalk, and it kind of looks like a sea anemone. And there's actually the salp, which is a different type of gelatinous jellyfish that people don't know about. In terms of its reproduction, there's a male and a female which releases its sperm and eggs, the sperm and eggs, and that's how they both get that fertilization going. And in some cases, they do reproduce asexually due to being a hermaphrodite or actually just being in the polyp form where it just splits off. And they become, at that point, in the normal fertilization, it goes from egg to a larva, where the larva then rests at the bottom of the ocean and becomes a polyp and grows and releases young medusa, which then go ahead and grow rather rapidly into adult jellyfish. As you can see here, they go ahead and they actually do eat plankton, as we jokingly have plankton from SpongeBob. Not all the times is it just plankton though. They do also eat other things, and they do eat smaller fish and things that they can go ahead and grab, but they'll just eat anything for the most part if they can actually digest it. And in some cases, they actually do eat other jellyfish. The way they go about actually doing this is they use what's called their synetoblast, where there's a trigger that releases the undischarged capsule, which releases their toxins into the body, which paralyzes their prey and allows them to be able to subdue them and to go ahead and actually eat them a lot quicker. The form, in terms of its anatomy, a regular jellyfish has its hood, which is the top umbrella shape, and under that it has the stomach pouches, which is at the top, the mouth, which is directly under that, and around the mouth is the oral arms, which is how it grabs and draws its food to the mouth, the tentacles on the actual bell, which is what produces the toxins. Then in terms of movement, jellyfish go out and use a propulsion system where in its medusa form, it actually secretes water to push itself forward. Although this is its main method of moving around, it's not a strong enough swimmer to have that be its best method, and for the most part, it's being pushed by the currents of the ocean. And actually, jellyfish come in different sizes and different shapes and different colors. People are used to seeing them. They're a beautiful creature to actually behold, because they can be as big as a human, if not bigger, and to the smallest size of being at the very tip of a pinhead. Some jellyfish actually have eyes as well, and not many people actually know this, but they're not a seeing organ as our human eyes are. It's more so for depth perception and the jellyfish to understand what's up and what's down based off of the light hitting the surface of the water. And this adaptation is what allows them to be able to live in different places, from being able to live on the top of the surface of the water, into the middle, or even in the lowest, darkest depths of the ocean, and even in tropical climates and Antarctic climates where it's even really cold, they can be able to adapt in different situations and be able to live anywhere in the ocean. In terms of its eating habits, the way that it goes ahead and eat its food is that it paralyzes its prey with the tentacles, with the toxins that they release, and then the oral arms go ahead and grab the prey, and it draws it up to its mouth, where it go ahead and digest it, and that digestive process is very quick. So there are cases where jellyfish do go ahead and they bloom, in a sense, which is basically a random appearance of a lot of jellyfish. This can happen in the middle of the ocean, and a lot of times it's just because they're being pushed with the ocean currents, and even sometimes end up on shore if there's a good enough ocean breeze. Now let's go ahead and debunk a few things. Jellyfish don't actually electrocute people, as seen in some pop culture and media. They don't produce jelly either, and for the most part, their body is made of water and protein, and that's where the gelatinous form actually comes from. And then, so what we have here next is the actual its effect with humans. The stingers aren't fatal, but they can be uncomfortable with terms of pain, nausea, cramping, things like that. But given a large enough syndeblast or strong enough venom, it could, in terms, be fatal. But these things aren't without remedy. You can go ahead and you can have, there's alcohol, ammonia, urine in the most dire of cases. And there's also different types of jellyfish sting, ointment, lotion, things like that to go ahead and salve those stings that you would get if you were to go ahead and get stung by a jellyfish. And so we have next here is the Portuguese man of war, which a lot of people don't actually know this, but a Portuguese man of war isn't actually a jellyfish. It's more so of a colony of organisms that live together to be able to go ahead and live through life by using, some being about the stinging, feeding, things like that. Bioluminescence is an attribute that some jellyfish have in terms of where they create two different types of chemicals that interact with each other to create a type that create photoprotein. And photoprotein is what allows jellyfish to be able to have that luminescent light and give off that blue or green color. This same gene, humans have gone ahead and been able to splice into different genes in different cells to be able to go to actually monitor and locate different genes in different cells and seeing how they interact with each other in real time in terms of different diseases or even just the immune system. And in some Asian cultures, I do have here that some jellyfish are actually eaten. It's eaten dried. And that's going to go ahead and be my presentation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed and I hope you actually understood what jellyfish are now.